Spaceships have captivated the general public for decades, whether it be in movies or TV shows or a potential sighting in a sleepy little US town. However, what happens when a YouTuber says they've got actual photographs of spaceships within our solar system? We get out our magnifying glass of reason and have a look at what really is going on. Hello all and welcome along to another episode of Tinfoil Tuesday with me, Simon Dan. Thank you very much for joining me. Before we begin today, a quick reminder that the Simon Dan podcast has its own channel. The link for that is in the description. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast as well on your podcatcher of choice, because tomorrow we interview the director of Behind the Curve, Daniel Clark. But for now, we turn our attention to Gina Marie Colvin Hill, who apparently has some evidence that some light ships have entered our solar system. Away you go, Gina.
I've got one photo that I want to show in the original mode, which we're looking at right now, and the inverted mode. You can see that this is the original. We can see the features. This is the inverted mode, which is also the negative. If you had a roll of film, you'd have the negative that you would send off, and it would bring back a picture. So we're looking at it in the original and inverted, and if we come down here, I've also got it in the edge detect and then a linear invert.
So it looks like here we've got a picture taken by Gina herself, which I think I'm right in saying is her evidence for these light ships.
So it's really interesting, the detail that is brought out on these long ships and these smaller ships, which have the ability to stack themselves upon one another. Like Legos. They really are like Legos. Yeah. So we're going to look at some more pictures.
And it appears Gina even knows how these ships interact with each other.
I just want to note that I got this a lot when I was trying to work these pictures. Whoops, we couldn't save that one. And I'm thinking, well, why can't you save that one? You know what I had to do. Well, I'm not going to tell you what I had to do, because then they'll know what I do in order to get the picture saved. So you know what? It's all right. Look, we can still see the detail. And I think that's why they do that, because I've come across this so many times when I have had pictures with a lot of detail in them. And this is what they've done to me. You may say, who's they? I'm saying AI.
Right, so your computer has AI capabilities that stops you from saving these photos, but it's not clever enough to stop you from doing the fix. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I do want to look at some other parts of the picture that I shared, because it's important. It really is, for us to see all the details that we can to these ships, because there's lots of them.
You know what else there are lots of when you look up into the sky, don't you? Stars. And I have to admit, these photos look very suspiciously like out of focus jerky pictures of stars. You know the ones I mean, sort of like this, where you zoom in and aren't using a tripod.
They really are. And this was, of course, we saw this earlier, this area right here, where there was the windows like that.
Windows? Am I looking at the same thing as you?
Okay, we've seen that. Okay, but I don't know if this was the complete one that I showed. I can't tell. I can't remember. There's a lot of them. But let's just look over here. This is a very highly advanced race, I think.
So advanced that they've avoided detection from all of the world's space agencies, yet they've been caught out by a lady with a dodgy camera with no tripod. Seems legit.
And the energy that I feel from these, I don't feel any negative energy. I don't. I know that there has been a mindset that has been drilled into people for a long time that anything that comes from the sky is demonic, or it's the fallen angels. Okay, but That's what it is. It's a mindset. And I don't like to dwell in that mindset because you can't classify. That's like classifying every single human being on the face of the earth as a certain type, and that's not true at all. It isn't.
Of course it isn't, but alien movies are much more entertaining when they blow stuff up. It wouldn't be the same if they touched down for an afternoon tea with the Prime Minister, followed by a spiffing game of squash.
But we're just going to look at this, and there will always be people who hold to that train of thought, but I don't like to hold on to it. I'm here to share, and that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Not a problem, as long as what you share is an utter hogwash.
I don't feel any negative energy. That's what I'd like to say. I don't feel any at all. Look up here. You know, and there quite possibly is ships with all types of levels on them, you know. I've heard of that. I've heard that there are ships out there, and they have different levels.
Like most ships in existence.
For humans and stuff, and other interstellar races. That's what I've heard. So I think it's neat, but these do remind me of the ships that are cloaked in the clouds also. They do. I'm just rather fascinated by them. I really am.
In a way, I feel a bit sorry for Gina. She's devoting huge amounts of time to what are essentially pictures of out-of-focus stars.
I think it's so interesting. Just to even be able to do this, I feel honored. I do. It's a blessing. It really is a blessing to do this.
I feel the same as you do, actually. It just so happens, though, that you're on the wrong side of this one.
Because there's so much about what's going on in the sky that we don't really know about. We've got to put all these pieces of the puzzle together that we do.
Which actually know a huge amount about what's going on in our sky, from the stars to the planets, the atmosphere and weather.
So I'm probably just going to end this part of the video, and I'm just going to put all the pictures, and you may see a lot of repeats of different positions of these ships on the photos, but I was just trying to put all different types of filtering to try to get out the best images, because some filterings brought out more images than, say, this right here. And it's okay. It is all right. But I sure thank you all for watching this video. And please give this video a thumbs up so it can be suggested to other people, because I think they would like to know if there were ships up there.
I'm sure they would. But in this particular instance, I'm afraid that there aren't.
And I'd like to say that these ships are also interdimensional.
Of course you would. Any evidence for that?
And I think that their dimension blends in with ours at times. That's what I think. And with that being said, thank you once again, and we'll just watch the rest of the video. Thank you.
So this one, you can clearly see the effect I'm talking about. If this photo is taken on a tripod, you would just have a bunch of stars. And even more so here. And you know why I am so confident about this? Check out this clip from another video on her channel where she thinks an out of focus star is a starship changing shape. There seems to be a serious belief from Gina here that UFOs of an alien nature are completely surrounding our planet. Now, whilst I can't 100% completely rule this out, I don't believe that the evidence Gina is giving here suggests that. Well, there we go. What a great Tinfoil Tuesday that was. Her channel is an absolute treasure trove, and I may be going back. Thank you very much for watching today. If you enjoyed it, then please do like and subscribe. It would be thoroughly appreciated. I have been Simon Dan. Have yourselves a great week, and I'll see you all on Friday for Flat Earth Fail Compilation 20. See you then.